Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Paula and today we're gonna go shopping to the Helsinki Outlet. If you have been watching my videos before, you might have seen that I have visited a few more like luxury designer outlets within Europe. I've also been in some outlets also outside of Europe, but I do have some videos from Vienna, Paris, and then from Florence. So out of some outlets, I will link those here. But there actually is also an outlet here in Helsinki where I live. So for those who might not know, Helsinki is the capital of Finland. So here in the Nordics. So we do have an outlet, but it's not a luxury designer outlet. I would say it's more like contemporary brands and a mixture of also some home stuff and sportswear. So I have been there before when I've had a YouTube channel, but I've been a bit hesitant of would this type of content be interesting to you, as it's not a luxury outlet. But a few weeks back, or when actually I'm filming this, it was just last week, but a bit a while ago, Black Week and Black Friday was here, and we went to visit this Helsinki outlet on that Black Week's Saturday, so basically one day after Black Friday. It has been kind of our, not really a tradition, but in a way we have done it for quite many years in a row, where during the Black Week or basically after Black Friday, we go to the outlet to see what they have. So we usually go there maybe like once or twice a year, because I feel like the stuff doesn't really change that often. So having a longer time period is a good thing. So we went there, and there are some times when we actually don't find anything, we don't buy anything, or like very small things. This time we did find quite a lot of stuff to buy, and I thought that maybe at the end of this video we can maybe touch a bit more on that subject of what we got and what the price points are and so on. But now let's go to the outlet footage. Here we have the entrance. As you can see, it's already evening, or not really evening, it was 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but yeah, it's quite dark already here. But this is what it looks like. So there are just like stores next to each other. It's kind of an outside outlet village. So you go through to different stores outside, pretty similar as in quite many luxury outlet villages that there are in Europe, or even the one in US that I've been in. But I just first took some kind of a general material of what it looks like here, so you can get some kind of a glimpse of the stores. So as you can see, some of them you might be familiar with, and others maybe not, as they can be completely Finnish or then more like European brands, depending on a bit where you live. But I really loved the Christmassy atmosphere that was here with all the lovely lights. But here we're going to Balmuir, which is actually probably my favorite store here. This is kind of a lifestyle store that sells home stuff, candles, what is it now, towels and all of that comfortable thing, but also clothes, like quality cashmere and lovely jackets as well. They had some pretty good Black Week deals here for some of these towels and all of the kind of homeware stuff. Of course, this is outlet, so the prices might be good elsewhere as well, but during this Black Week, here you can see that it used to be 749 euros and now it is 200 euros. It's kind of lovely wool coat, super warm. There's also a black one over here, but yeah, this is the store I come to the first always, because I just love it. And if I didn't mention yet, Balmuir is a Finnish brand, which I think probably delivers abroad as well, but that's my absolute favorite. Here you have the Nordic beauty concept with Lumene. Lumene is also a Finnish brand, a cosmetic brand, if you haven't heard of it. I know that's at least an international one, so should be somewhere else as well than just the Nordics. There is a lot of like sportswear clothes such as Halti. Halti is also a Finnish brand. And then Haglöfs comes next to it, and quite many like athletics sportswear stores. Here is L'Occitane. Sorry for the pronunciation, but they have a lovely little store there. I bought soaps from there many times, but I just didn't feel like going to sports stores this time when we were there. But this is Sund. Sund is a lovely, I think, Danish brand, if I'm not completely mistaken. But they had some lovely deals here with these thick coats. I was really tempted to try them on, but I feel like I do already have like thick coats to winter, so I'm not really looking for new ones. But I really love this color as well, and it felt so soft and light just by like touching and looking at it. But here you can see a 70% off rack, but there wasn't that many pieces left anymore, unfortunately. But my husband did find quite a lot of clothes from this store, so he was really lucky and got, I think, 50% off from everything that he purchased from there, so that's quite lovely. Then here we went to look a bit of like kitchenware to this store, but I don't know, maybe if we would be in the market for this kind of huge, is it like pot, that the word? But that's not really what we usually cook at home. They are super heavy, so really difficult to store, but I always love to come and look because they have such a beautiful colors in this store, but it's just all of them are so heavy. Now this is a furniture store, Vepsäläinen, which is a Finnish one, but they also did have some designer furniture. For instance, here is a chair from Kartel, so I tried to pick up the price as well. It was now 173.50. There were also some designer lamps here available, so kind of a nice spot to come and check. For instance, here is also a Kartel lamp. But yeah, I immediately went to check if there is any like homeware designer stuff in this store. These were really cute. I was really tempted, but we have no need. Then here is Marimekko. That's maybe like the most famous Finnish brand after Nokia, I would say. So they also have a outlet store here with the clothes and then some home stuff and fabrics, because it's very popular here to like create your own curtains with Marimekko's fabrics and so on. They are very famous for this big flower that you might have seen in some of the footage already. As you can see, I'm once again very excited of a coat. Clearly it has, winter is here, so I'm just like, how can I be even warmer? But I mean, I have so many coats, I definitely do not need more winter coats, but yeah, seems that I'm quite drawn to them. But yeah, there's also some bags here, and this leather bag felt super soft, and this is the price point of it. But yeah, it felt really good. Unfortunately, I have no need for such a big leather bag, but here are the fabrics that you can buy and then create whatever you want to your home. So curtains, people make their own clothes as well with their fabrics, so that is like, there definitely was a lot of variation also of those. Now moving on, so here you can see some of the stores that we have here. So some of them, like Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger and so on, are more like international brands in the mixture as well, but yeah, mostly maybe Nordic brands I would say. Then I think one of the final ones we went to was Hugo Boss to check it out. My husband loves to look at this more thoroughly usually than I do, but it's not that full anymore, so probably also the time had passed quite a lot when we went there. There was a lot of people, and then as this was the second to last store that we visited, I think, so quite many people had already left because we were there until the outlet village closed. I don't even know when we have been here for that long, but yeah, this time that felt well like a good idea. And yeah, here is a glimpse of the bags that came home with us. So my husband is trying to put them into the trunk of the car and having some difficulties. So yeah, we definitely did some shopping, didn't we? But luckily all fit, so we managed to get home with them. Okay, welcome back. So now, as you might have seen from the last video footage where we were packing the car, that there were quite many shopping bags. And I will show you now some stuff that we ended up buying, but I have to say that my husband found a lot of clothes for himself. So there were like dress shirts, pants, knitwear, coats. Like he found a lot, and just I'm not gonna show that stuff here because it's like his, and he's not really that keen into me showing his stuff here. But majority of the discounts, well, basically 50% off was the lowest discount percent that he found. So there were some stuff with 70% off and so on. So he like truly made really good purchases. I also bought some Christmas presents for him, although he was next to me and kind of picked them out. So technically it's not really a surprise anymore. But I have to say that majority of the shopping bags you saw were his. But there are a few things that we bought together. So as I mentioned in the video, Balmur is one of my favorite stores. So we purchased this scented candle, which we have already burnt naturally. So in the regular stores, this retail usually for, I think, 53 or 55 euros. And now in the outlet, this was 22 euros. So that was like an easy pick, and even my husband was like, we should take that so we can just like burn it before Christmas and not feel stressed, because he sometimes is a bit conscious of the luxury candles I buy because they tend to cost some money. But yeah, so this was the first thing. I also purchased some like dressing gowns or bathrobes from the same store, from Balmur, but they are also for Christmas presents. So I have already them like wrapped somewhere, but the regular price for the robe is 160 euros, and then the regular outlet price is 98 euros, but now during Black Week they were 53 euros or 56 euros or something. So I thought that's a lovely Christmas present to give. So that also was purchased. We went to this like homeware shop where we also bought this set with frying pans. So it had two frying pans, different sized, and there is the handle that you can then switch between the pans, which is nice because it won't take up that much storage. And I don't know how much this exactly is like regular retail. We paid 39 euros for these two sets of pans, so I'm happy. Good enough deal. Let's hope that they last for a few years. Final thing that we purchased for our home is from Lindt. So this is chocolate. Maybe people who live in Europe, I don't know if this is like exported outside of Europe, but maybe you know Lindt chocolate. It's so delicious, but quite expensive, I would say. So there is a linen store in the outlet village, and this was like a pre-packed thing. I don't exactly remember how much this cost, but there's 800 grams. We have already eaten a few. But yeah, so this was also something we bought. And I think that's it for what we got together, or what I purchased. So as you can see, I didn't buy any clothes or shoes or accessories in that way. As I mentioned in the video, I didn't feel like going to the sporty clothes stores. I don't really have a need for that anymore, or right now, let's say it like that. And then I was looking at some winter jackets because we're going into that direction, and just realized I have enough jackets or coats, so I don't necessarily need any new ones. And yeah, I just didn't feel like any of the clothes that they were displaying. But we actually were there for 4 hours, which I think is our record of how long we have spent time there, because it's not like that big if you compare it to these other designer outlets. It's a good size, but it's not that big. So my husband definitely tried on some clothes, but I'm really happy that he managed to find a lot of good things and they will last him for years and years. Although I'm a tad jealous that it looked like for men there is a lot more like classic pieces in classic colors available, but for women they were more like very like previous season stuff, or like very bright colors, or like something different. So not really the most like classic stuff. And the ones that were more like classic and timeless, the discount wasn't that good at all. So it kind of was like, I'm not really looking for anything special, and there weren't any that big deals for me. So I'm just happy with what he got and then what we purchased for our home. That is it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed following us around in the Helsinki outlet, and maybe you learned that there is an outlet here. Maybe. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.